Hey guys, welcome to science class. Today we are going to review again about the water cycle. And remember, one of the important things about the water cycle is that it is never ending. You're correct. Okay, it just keeps going and going and going no matter what. And the main source of the water cycle, what makes it happen, is the, if you said sun, you have that correct. Okay, all right, Mrs. Hummel, just so you know, the kiddos are allowed to stand on their chairs, but when they come off of their chairs, when they become runoff, okay, they should gently get down so that we don't scare any of those little kids that are below us, all right? Okay, so I know you guys will be great. So we can start wherever we want to in the water cycle. So I would love for you guys to all start with condensation. So quietly move yourselves and get into the spot where condensation happens. You're right. We are up here, up in the sky, just hanging out and floating around. Now, we are a state of matter, okay? We were using that word yesterday, and matter is a solid, liquid, and gas, and water goes through all of those stages. It's always water, though. Up here in the sky, though, it's invisible. You can't see it. It's just floating around. So what form of water are you up in the sky? If you said gas, you are correct. You are a gas. So you're hanging out up here, okay, and you see thousands and thousands of your little friends, and you come together and you start to become, go back into another form. Okay, so you're going from a gas back into a liquid. If you said liquid, yes. Okay, so you're hanging out. You've become much heavier. I couldn't think of the word, much heavier. And so you're getting ready to fall back to earth as a form of, would someone like to tell Mrs. Hummel what form? Yes, Mrs. Hummel, if they said precipitation, that's correct. So there's 4 forms of precipitation. Somebody tell Mrs. Hummel what those 4 forms are. You are correct if you said snow, sleet, hail, or rain. So you've gathered all up here. You are in a cloud somewhere up in the sky. You've gotten much heavier, and you are falling back to the earth as a form of precipitation. Whoop! And you land on a mountain, okay? You can be in the Smoky Mountains, the Himalaya Mountains. You can even be on a hill. And so you are going downward because water cannot go up, okay? And what do we call this form? Or action? What kind of water? You're right, runoff, and you keep going down and down. Now, I did not make this clear yesterday, but when you land on top of the ground, that's called surface water. Everybody say surface water. Okay, good. Now, you become groundwater when you soak into the ground, okay? So just be clear about that. Surface water is on top, groundwater is in the ground. And we'll be talking about aquifers later on next week. So you'll be fine because groundwater is what supplies our aquifers, our natural water sources. So anyway, you can be a lake, a river, an ocean. You can be sitting in a pot that's holding dirt and plants, it gets caught in there. But you're just hanging out on the ground because you are either surface water or groundwater. But eventually you become heated, okay? And you are slowly turning back into water vapor. You got it, okay? And what is that process called as you're floating back up into the sky? Anybody remember? Raise your hand, tell Mrs. Hummel. Yes, if you said evaporation. So you are evaporating, okay, going back up, and you're now back up into the sky, right back where we started. And that, my friends, you did a great job with the water cycle.